Are all PCB cleaners toxic? Today I'm going to test one. Choosing the right tools can save you a lot of trouble in repairs. This is a certain brand of PCB cleaner. The label weight is 17.37 ounces. Actual total weight measured 888.5 grams. After pouring it out, the empty can weighs 169.4 grams. That means the actual contents are about 719 grams, while the package is labeled as 850 grams. It is short by more than 130 grams. That's already quite a large discrepancy. The production date and shelf life are clearly marked. Although it was written in tiny print last time, the production date can be found on the bottom of the can, but it's not easy to notice. This brand claims ISO 9001 and ISO 14001 certification. Many people see these certifications and assume the product is more reliable. However, it is important to note that these are management system certifications, not product certifications. The packaging also states compliance with the RoHS directive. However, no test report is provided. RoHS mainly restricts substances such as lead, cadmium, and other hazardous materials. Whether the product actually complies should be verified by the manufacturers. Test reports for PCB cleaners and similar chemical products. What really deserves attention is the main composition listed in the MIS-DS. It usually specifies which solvents are used, such as alcohols, ketones, or other organic solvents. These ingredients directly affect the evaporation rate, irritation level, and compatibility with plastics, as well as corrosiveness. Simulating an actual repair scenario on a PCB contaminated with rosin, apply 0.5 milliliter of PCB cleaner and wipe it with a cleaning swab. The cleaning performance is not particularly impressive. Although the rosin can be removed, some soaking is required, followed by several additional wipes. The evaporation rate is very fast. A 0.2 milliliter drop left on the PCB evaporates naturally in about 10 seconds. Now testing for harmful gases. After applying 0.5 milliliter of PCB cleaner and wiping the PCB, monitoring was performed using an air quality meter. This brand's aldehyde emission peak value was only 0.085 milligram per cubic meter. The peak VOC emission was only 1.833 milligram per cubic meter. In previously tested maintenance and micro soldering fluxes, aldehyde emission peak values were close to 2.0 milligrams per cubic meter, while TVOC values reached 2.668 and 3.145 milligrams per cubic meter respectively. This brand performed noticeably better. In this test, although the evaporation rate is relatively fast, the odor is noticeably weaker than that of micro soldering fluxes and repair fluxes. It does not have such a strong irritating smell. The detector also showed that its harmful gas emissions are currently the lowest among the three products we tested. Therefore, it is relatively more health-friendly. Of course, whenever fluxes and PCB cleaners are used, the release of chemical vapors cannot be completely avoided. It is still recommended to maintain good ventilation and take proper protective measures. After all, in a repair environment, respiratory health should always come first. Finally, let's look at its effect on plastic materials. A piece of foam plastic measuring about 1 cubic centimeter was placed into the PCB cleaner. Upon initial contact, the foam began to dissolve visibly. This indicates that the cleaner has relatively strong solvent power. If used improperly, it may pose risks to certain plastic components, such as connector housings, insulation parts, and other plastic-based components. Outer casings and printed labels may also become softened, deformed, or even corroded. Therefore, during actual repairs, it is best to test it on a small area first. In summary, all PCB cleaners inevitably release chemical vapors. However, this brand currently performs the best among the three products tested. In terms of harmful gas control, the price is not high, although shortcomings such as insufficient quantity, average cleaning performance, and relatively strong corrosiveness do exist. It also requires more effort during use. However, from a health perspective, I believe the inhalation risks associated with harmful gases deserve greater attention. Health should always come first for those of us involved in repair work, and within their capabilities, whether it is PCB cleaner, flux, solder paste, or rosin. All of them can generate fumes and harmful gases. When carrying out repair work, everyone should remember to wear a mask, maintain proper ventilation, protect themselves as much as possible. In addition, we will continue testing various PCB cleaners and other repair tools commonly used by everyone. Please give us some time. We will do our best to help everyone identify the most reliable products and contribute to the advancement of the industry. One more thing, if a product is poorly made, then admit it. Don't use the same excuses as everyone else in the market. If you truly want to make a good PCB cleaner, focus on improving the formulation and materials, rather than looking for excuses.